Hello lovely viewers, you are most welcome to our channel Poetry Online. In this video, we shall be presenting to you how to answer questions on unseen prose and poetry. Kindly subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon to get updates on all our new videos. Once again, let us assure you of a very interesting discussion. This type of questions are found on the part 2 of the multiple choice questions in literature in English. This section consists of a prose passage you have never prepared for, that is, you have never read or seen before. Unseen prose passages and poems are not taken from your selected literature text. No, the unseen prose and poetry is not taken from your selected literature text. Questions on unseen prose passages and poetry usually focus on specific aspects of literature and not everything in literature. The mistake candidates make here is that they try to answer the questions without reading the passage or the poem. The first thing you have to do is to read a passage or poem at least twice. Do not neglect or ignore any aspect or certain aspects of the extract. Every word in the extract is very important. Other than that, the examiner will not have included it in the prose passage or poem. Determine what the prose passage or poetry is all about. This will help you to better understand the poem or the passage. Now, let's discuss the type of questions set on unseen prose and poetry. So the first type of questions that are asked under unseen prose and poetry are questions that center on literal meaning. To see whether you can decode complex writing, the examiner asks you what happened on the simplest literal level. However, because the exams is supposed to be complex or standard, and because great writers often employ complex sentences, you may have to untangle complex syntax, the literary term for how the sentence is put together in order to unearth a simple fact. Next is tone and diction. WAEC examiners love tone and diction. I don't know why they're so stuck on this topic, but they are. You have to determine whether the passage sounds sad, argumentative, sarcastic, or ironic. Tone often depends partly on diction or word choice. That is, if the choice of words of the writer is formal, colloquial, archaic, complex, and so on. The tone of the passage may best be characterized as nostalgic, ironic, descriptive, speculative, or respectful. As you're reading the unseen prose passage or the poetry, hear it in your head and think about the artist's language to get a head start on the tone and diction. Inference and attitude. These are the type of questions that are considered difficult by candidates. Inference questions ask you to extend beyond what's stated in the selection or beyond what is stated in the text or the extract. They force you to take the next logical step. Answers to inferential questions are not stated directly in the prose passage or unseen poetry. You also may be asked to figure out the attitude of the author or of a character or a speaker toward a certain topic or issue based on the clues in the selection. The attitude of the writer is expressed through the words and details he or she selects. The attitude may be ironic, sarcastic, vindictive, cheerful, angry, outraged, cynical, depressed, intense, etc. Figurative language. Another type of questions that can be asked under unseen prose and poetry are questions on figurative language. Things aren't always what they seem in literary works. After all, just to make things interesting and to add meaning, authors often employ figurative language. For instance, symbols, metaphors, synecdoche, alliteration, onomatopoeia, contrast, irony, pun, paradox, and similes show up all over the text. Here, candidates will not be asked to define the literary terms, but an extract from the unseen prose passage and poetry will be taken and you will have to determine the figurative language used there. This tests your ability to identify literal devices in a text. Form, structure, and style. Don't expect a ton of multiple choice questions filled with literary terms describing form, structure, and even style. Even though literary terms still appear here and there on the examination, they seem to be falling out of favor in recent years. However, you will definitely see questions that address how a literary piece is written. The style may be descriptive, metaphorical, argumentative, symbolic, analytical, expository. You may also be asked to determine the rhyme scheme of the unseen poetry. A rhyme scheme is a pattern according to which end rhymes are repeated in a work of poetry. Rhyme schemes are described using letters of the alphabet such that all the lines of the poem that rhyme with each other are assigned a letter beginning with A. Point of view. Point of view refers to the perspective that a narrator holds in relation to the events of the story. The three primary points of view are first person, in which the narrator tells the story from their own perspective. For example, I went to the store. Second person, in which the narrator tells the story about you, the reader or viewer. You went to the store. And third person, in which the narrator tells a story about other people. He went to the store. Each point of view creates a different experience for the reader because, in each point of view, different types and amounts of information are available to the reader about the story's events and characters. Mood. The mood of a piece of writing is its general atmosphere or emotional complexion. In short, the area of feelings the work evokes in the reader. Generally speaking, any word that can be used to describe emotion can be used to describe the mood of a story, poem, or other piece of writing. Here are some of the words that are commonly used to describe mood: cheerful, reflective, gloomy, humorous, melancholy, whimsical, romantic, mysterious, ominous, calm, and light-hearted. Imagery. Imagery in any sort of writing refers to descriptive language that engages with human senses. There are 5 main types of imagery. Each relates to one of the human senses. Visual imagery. Images that relate to the human sense of sight. Auditory imagery. Images that relate to the human sense of hearing. Olfactory imagery. Imagery that refers to the human sense of smell. Gustatory imagery. Imagery that relates to the human sense of taste. Tactile imagery. Images that relate to the human sense of touch. Let's now consider some examples of unseen poetry. On this dirty patch, a tree once stood, shedding incense on the infant corn. Its boughs stretch across the heaven, brightened by the last fires of a tribe. They send surveyors and builders who cut that tree, planting in its place a huge senseless cathedral of doom. The extract again. On this dirty patch, a tree once stood, shedding incense on the infant corn. Its boughs stretch across the heaven, brightened by the last fires of a tribe. They send surveyors and builders who cut that tree, planting in its place a huge senseless cathedral of doom. Question 1. The identity of the persona is likely to be a or an A. Christian, B. Muslim, C. Traditionalist. The correct answer to this question is C. Traditionalist. Question 2. The tree in the poem is a symbol of A. Church, B. Tribe, C. Surveyor. The correct answer to this question is B. Tribe. Question 3. The cathedral is a symbol of A. Church, B. Tribe, C. Surveyor. The correct answer to this question is A. Church. Question 4. The tone of the poem gives an impression of the poet's A. Anger, B. Identity, C. Joy. The correct answer to this question is A. Anger. Line 3 of the poem connotes A. Control, B. Blessing, C. Struggle. The correct answer to this question is B. Blessing. Which literary device is employed in line 4? A. Alliteration, B. Hyperbole, C. Personification. The correct answer to this question is B. Hyperbole. Question 7. Line 4 shows the A. Influence of the tribe, B. Size of the tribe, C. Heights of the tribe. The correct answer to this question is A. Influence of the tribe. Question 8. Which of the following in the poet's diction shows his disapproval? A. Doom, B. Incense, C. Builders. The correct answer to this question is A. Doom. Question 9. Line 3, 5, and 9 have something in common in that they are A. Free verses, B. End-stopped, C. Short lines. The correct answer to this question is B. End-stopped. Question 10. Planting, as used in line 8, suggests A. Farming, B. Imposition, D. Persuasion. The correct answer to this question is B. Imposition. Next extract on unseen poetry. Thou art the judge of man, judging his plans and behavior, judging his speech and egotism. You are the patient judge. Nations plan without having thee in view. They boast of their will, but soon you show them their follies. You are the patient judge. Tomorrow and tomorrow, go here and there. Time smiles and laughs. He frowns his face and consults with fate. You are the patient judge. The extract again. Thou art the judge of man, judging his plans and behavior, judging his speech and egotism. You are the patient judge. Nations plan without having thee in view. They boast of their will, but soon you show them their follies. You are the patient judge. Tomorrow and tomorrow, go here and there. Time smiles and laughs. He frowns his face and consults with fate. You are the patient judge. Question 16. The poetic device used in the first line is A. Apostrophe, B. Euphemism, C. Personification, D. Lithos. The correct answer to this question is A. Apostrophe. Question 17. The last line of each stanza illustrates A. Repetition, B. Refrain, C. Chorus, D. Alliteration. The correct answer to this question is B. Refrain. Question 18. The dominant device used in stanza 3 is A. Alliteration, B. Onomatopoeia, C. Assonance, D. Personification. The correct answer to this question is D. Personification. Question 19. The poem is about A. Judgment, B. Fate, C. Time, D. Life. The correct answer to this question is C. Time. Question 20. The extract teaches us to use time A. To the fullest, B. Wisely, C. To plan, D. For pleasure. The correct answer to this question is B. Wisely. Examples of unseen prose. Read the passage below and answer questions 36 to 45. The killing of a whale at sea isn't pleasant to witness or even contemplate. Hunted down through solar and other highly specialized equipment, the whale has no more chance of escape like a steer in a slaughterhouse. The manner of his death, however, is very different. A grenade-tipped harpoon explodes deep within his body, often causing prolonged suffering before the gentle giant, whose intelligence may be second to our own, is reduced to a carcass ready for processing into crayons, lipstick, shoe polish, fertilizer, and pet food. The inhumane manner of death, however, is the least part of the scandal known as the whaling industry. Much more important is the fact that killing is quite unnecessary. Adequate substitute exists for each single use to which the whale carcasses are put currently, and although some 32,000 whales are killed every year, the sum of commodities they provide is insignificant in the world's economy. The passage again. The killing of a whale at sea isn't pleasant to witness or even contemplate. Hunted down through solar and other highly specialized equipment, the whale has no more chance of escape like a steer in a slaughterhouse. The manner of his death, however, is very different. A grenade-tipped harpoon explodes deep within his body, often causing prolonged suffering before the gentle giant, whose intelligence may be second to our own, is reduced to a carcass ready for processing into crayons, lipstick, shoe polish, fertilizer, and pet food. The inhumane manner of death, however, is the least part of the scandal known as the whaling industry. Much more important is the fact that killing is quite unnecessary. Adequate substitute exists for each single use to which the whale carcasses are put currently, and although some 32,000 whales are killed every year, the sum of commodities they provide is insignificant in the world's economy. Question 36. The passage is A. Descriptive, B. Narrative, C. Argumentative, D. Expository. The correct answer to this question is D. Expository. Question 37. The theme of the passage is that A. Whales are a menace to mankind, B. The killing of whales is unnecessary, C. The importance of whale hunting, D. Whales are highly intelligent. The correct answer to this question is B. The killing of whales is unnecessary. Question 38. The inhumane manner of death suggests that the writer A. has an aversion for the process, B. finds the activity fascinating, C. is aloof of the activity, D. does not dislike the process. The correct answer to this question is A. has an aversion for the process. Question 39. Gentle giant is an example of A. Assonance, B. Metaphor, C. Alliteration, D. Synecdoche. The correct answer to this question is C. alliteration. Question 40. Gentle giant conveys the picture of being A. Ferocious, B. Tame, C. Timid, D. Huge. The correct answer to this question is D. Huge. Question 41. The attitude of the writer towards the killing of whales is that of A. Condemnation, B. Encouragement, C. Indifference, D. Apathy. The correct answer to this question is A. Condemnation. Question 42. Like a steer in a slaughterhouse is an example of A. Metaphor, B. Metonymy, C. Simile, D. Meiosis. The correct answer to this question is C. Simile. Question 43. According to the passage, the most intelligent animal is the A. Lion, B. Sheep, C. Whale, D. Shark. The correct answer to this question is C. Whale. Question 44. Reduced to a carcass is a milder way of reporting the death of the whale. This is an example of A. Personification, B. Synecdoche, C. Metaphor, D. Euphemism. The correct answer to this question is D. Euphemism. Question 45. In the second paragraph, the writer tries to show that A. Killing whales is for pleasure, B. It is a waste to kill whales, C. Whales help the world economy very well, D. There are no substitutes for whales. The correct answer to this question is B. It is a waste to kill whales. Next extract. As we rattled along in the darkness, our thoughts were centered on Abechi. The disappointment of Ati had not dashed our hopes, and so, distorted had our judgment become that we thought of it as more important than Johannesburg and more fascinating than Cairo. With eyes stained on the horizon, we searched for the gay metropolis. A phosphorescent mirage appeared and sat on the skyline. Soon after dawn, an object more concrete came into view. A long brown ragline. Hassan pointed triumphantly. Abechi, I shouted. The extract again. As we rattled along in the darkness, our thoughts were centered on Abechi. The disappointment of Ati had not dashed our hopes, and so, distorted had our judgment become that we thought of it as more important than Johannesburg and more fascinating than Cairo. With eyes stained on the horizon, we searched for the gay metropolis. A phosphorescent mirage appeared and sat on the skyline. Soon after dawn, an object more concrete came into view. A long brown ragline. Hassan pointed triumphantly. Abechi, I shouted. Question 46. The most suitable title for the passage is A. The Appearance of Mirage, B. Johannesburg and Cairo, C. A Journey to Ati, D. Longing for the sight of Abechi. The correct answer to this question is D. Longing for the sight of Abechi. Question 47. Phosphorescent mirage appeared and sat on the skyline. Is A or an A. Paradox, B. Oxymoron, C. Personification, D. Simile. The correct answer to this question is C. Personification. Question 48. The technique used in the passage is A. Third-person narrative. B. First-person narrative. C. Multiple narrative. D. Epistolary narrative. The correct answer to this question is B. First-person narrative. Question 49. The expression, the gay metropolis, implies that it is A. Dull. B. Lively. C. Planned. D. New. The correct answer to this question is B. Lively. Question 50. The feeling of the travelers as they reached Abechi was that of A. Disappointment. B. Indifference. C. Sadness. D. Joy. The correct answer to this question is D. Joy. Thanks for watching this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video.